Hi everyone, Alabitar here. So today in this video I'm going to guide you through how can we implement some mixed reality components in our PowerApp application. Recently Microsoft released a set of mixed reality components that we can directly embed in our PowerApp application. Those components are still in the experimental phase, so you just have to enable them in the PowerApp settings before you can use them in your application. Before we go through how can we use those components and what kind of application can we build around those components, let's see the application in action, and then we will go back to the implementation. Okay, so let's launch the mixed reality application, and let's, for example, take a new measures. So I hit the new measure mixed reality component, and then you just have to wait a little bit for the component to analyze the scene per se, and then you have to see you have all those dots where you can select a point here, do like for example the first measure, and then took the other point and do another measure here, take a photo for example, and then I can even like go from here to here to see the distance. I can take another photo and then submit. So as you can see, I have the 3 different measures that I took and the 2 photos that I took as well. And for example, I can give it a title. Give it a title for the dresser, for example. Save it, and then I can go back to my home screen and select the view measures button, and then here the carpet is a previous one that I took earlier, and then I have my dresser that I can see. The other components are for example the mixed reality. If we go to the mixed reality screen, I can select this 3D model, can play with it, see, and I can also view it in mixed reality. So if we take the same scene, just wait a little bit, and then for example I can put my component just right here. Alright, so now let's see how can we build such application. So I have my first screen. It's a very basic screen. It's a screen made of a simple gallery, and the items are just binded to hard-coded labels. And each time I select a label, I trigger the onSelect event of the gallery component, and I'm just launching the corresponding screen. If we go to the first screen, the new measures. So in the new measure screen, I have this measure in mixed reality component. This component is available here. In the mixed reality tab, you have the view in mixed reality, view shape in mixed reality, and measure in mixed reality. So this component is the measure in mixed reality component. So when you click on it, it will open the camera, and then you will be able to do some measures. And when you submit, what I'm doing here in my screen, I have 2 galleries. The first gallery is binded to the measurement property of my measure in mixed reality components, and I'm just displaying the unit and the length. So when you will do some measurements and then you will submit, the component will have this measurement property, and then you can attach it like this in a gallery, and then display the units and the lengths. It's a set of measurements. You can also then we have our second gallery that is binded to the photos property of the mixed reality component, and it's the same concept. The only difference is the new measurement gallery is horizontal gallery, vertical gallery, and the new photo gallery is a horizontal gallery. So I'm just displaying the image that is binded to the image URI property of the photo property of the new of the measure in mixed reality component. The title is based. I'm just displaying the MIME type of the item, and the subtitle, I'm just displaying the file size. So that's it for this displaying of the information. And then I added those three components: the text box, a save button, and the send email button. Basically, this save button, what I'm doing, I am adding an object to underscore measurements collection. I'm putting a title. I'm looping through all the measurements. So I'm looping through all the items in my new measurement gallery. I am selecting the unit and the length. And the unit property, I'm putting it in a unit property. The length property, I'm putting it in the inner length property. So just to be clear. And then I have a photos property as well that is binding to all elements of my new photos gallery. That is binded to the photos property of my measure in mixed reality component. So when I hit the save button, I'm putting this object, I'm adding this object to my collection underscore measurement, and then I'm saving the data of the underscore measurement collection on the phone. So the application will save all this information in the phone, and this I will be able to use in the view measurements that we screen that we will see in a few. And basically, this send button is a classic one that I like to use. I'm sending the current measurement that I have just submitted. So as title of the email, I'm sending new measurements and the selected text of the input box. I'm concatenating all the measurements, so unit, space, length, and as attachment, I'm attaching all the photos that were selected during the when I was measuring. Because when you measure, you take some measures, and then you can take some photos, and then I'm attaching those photos as attachment in the email. Now let's see the view measure screen. So the view measure screen is to be able to display the different measures that I took and that I saved to later just review them or send them again by email. So I have a simple combo box drop down that is binded to my underscore measurements collection, and I'm just displaying the title of the measurements. So when I select a title, I have binded those two gallery components to the selected item from the combo box. So here my measurement gallery is binded to the selected item of my drop-down list, and I'm displaying the same field as the previous screen. So here the label displays the units and the length, and my other gallery is binded to the selected combo box item and to the photos property. And same thing, I'm displaying the image, that is the image URI, the MIME type, and the file size. So basically this is it for the measurement component in the mixed reality. Now let's just have a simple look on the two other components that we have. Yeah, so the other two components is the mixed reality component. It enables us to display some 3D object using the mixed reality feature. So you basically the 3D object is a .glp file that you can display in your application, and even use it as a model in mixed reality. So here we have the view in 3D component that you just have to bind it to a source. So embedded in the PowerApp Studio, there is this sample 3D object that is basically a cube. If I play it, you can play it in the in this studio. So you have this 3D model that you can play with it. I have embedded also a B component. It takes a bit of time to load because it's somehow heavy. To be able to integrate other 3D models, one of the simplest way that I found is to host it in a GitHub, or you can host it in a Dropbox or a OneDrive. It just has to be able to be downloaded through HTTPS. So now the component is loading, and I will have this B 3D model that I can play with it. And so you can have as many as 3D components model that you have, as long as they are in .glp file format. And then you can also play with it. You hit the view in MR mixed reality button, and in this model will be loaded into a mixed reality environment. Hey, here it is. My B 3D model has been loaded, and I can play with it. I can display it, and I embedded also another 3D model that is way more simpler, so it will load faster, I hope. And then so it's a simple 3D model, and you can hit this view in MR button, and it will be displayed using your camera. So as a mixed reality, you'll be able to pinpoint it and drop it whatever you want. And last but not least, it's a very nice one as well. It's called Place a Cube. Basically, the cube that we just saw earlier, you can place it and play with it. That's the nice thing. You will place a cube in a mixed reality environment, and you will be able to drag and drop it whatever you want, change the size, rotate it, and take some photos as well. So basically, you can do the same thing as we have done in the measurement part of the application. You can do the same thing with Place Cube and View 3D Model Mixed Reality. You can save the images, and then you can bind it to a gallery, and then save it on the application, or send it by email. And that's it, guys. So mixed reality using PowerApps. Of course, it's PowerAppsible. Hope you liked the video, and feel free to post any comments, but don't forget to subscribe. See ya. Ciao.